we're at Black Mountain. I haven't got to climb here much because I don't have a high clearance car, but Jonathan borrowed his dad's RAV4. We came up. Where I've been going to Black has been lower part of the road, and I've been hiking up like 30 minutes, so this is nice. So the climb I really got hooked on this second time was Cracker Boy, which is this V7 that traverses on some slopey holds, and at the end has a couple of crimps before bumping to the lip. My first try felt pretty good. I was pretty confident that I'd be able to at least reach the crimps and then see how it felt from there. After a couple of tries, I was hitting the crimps and eventually hitting them every time static, and I felt really good. I thought I was gonna get it, so I just kept jumping on it and just trying different things until it went. Finally, I felt confident that I had everything I needed to hit the lip and finish it, so I gave it a go. Oh man, I thought I was done. I thought I had it, and my left hand just fired off of that crimp. The crimps they're good, but they're rounded. They don't have a bite to them. So as soon as I did that dynamic-ish move to the lip, it just blew off, knocked me off. And you know, this is one thing that's been hard for me, and it's deciding when to walk away from a boulder. I'm the kind of person that as soon as I know I can get it, I can't stop until I get it. And sometimes you're just too tired, or even if you know every move and you can do every move, sometimes it doesn't come together, and it's hard for me to walk away. But in this case, this was our first climb of the day that we wanted. It was early, and we had already spent some time here, thrown a lot of attempts, and I decided it was better to just come back later and probably, hopefully, day flash it. So somehow I decided to walk away, I think, at a good time, and we went to go try more climbs. But normally I have a really hard time making that decision, so yeah, I'm just curious. I'm wondering, when do you guys decide to walk away from a climb? When is it time to return another day? So right after dry firing on Cracker Boy and not finishing it, we went right behind it to this climb called the Arete, and it's exactly what it's called. It's an Arete. And I saw a video of this posted on Instagram, and I just thought it would look like the coolest thing. I love compression, I love Aretes, and this one starts with both hands on one side of the Arete and 2 toes on the other, and it just called to me. And honestly, this was a pretty simple climb. The trickiest part was just figuring out how to start it. Getting on the 2 hands and 2 toes wasn't too bad, but there is this really obvious foot that I kept trying to use the first couple of attempts that actually took my toe off. And then as soon as I tried it this one time without the toe on that hold, I just let it hang down. It just flowed really nicely. I got it in that one try with that beta, which is really nice, and I had so much fun. The only thing that concerned me is that the strap on my shoe came off, and I was afraid of my shoe coming off when I was heel hugging, but that was such a good climb. Okay, so this is what's happened so far. We warmed up on a bunch of greens and blues. So here, the guidebook has colors, which has a range. So let's say green is V0 to V3. They extend a little further, so it could be like V0 to V4, but I consider them like 3 grades, basically. So then we jumped onto some yellows, one called Cracker Boy, I think people call it V7. And I wanted to try it because it looked my style and really fun. And on my best attempt, I dry fired on the last move. Whatever. Wanted to keep going, but it was the first hard climb of the day. I didn't want to spend all my energy on it, so we moved on. But at least I know I can do it now, so I'll come back and do it later, another day. And then we came to this arete called the Arete that I saw somebody else post, and it just looked totally my style, super fun. It took me a minute to start it because I was trying to use what I thought was a good push foot, but that push foot was actually taking out this toe hook. So as soon as I tried it, first try without the push foot, it went, compression climb, super fun. The top was kind of hard because I didn't know where the holds were for the left hand. Anyway, super fun. After this, we're probably gonna try one more yellow. I think it goes like a V8, and then we'll go down to a different area, but it's been pretty fun. I wish I sent Cracker Boy really bad. Really bummed I didn't. Hitting the top ridge of it and having my left hand below. Oh well, next time. After that, we left. We were actually gonna go to this climb called Velvet Revolver to look for our friends. We stopped at this climb called the Campsite Arete. That is a pretty popular high-ballish climb. I think it's a high ball. Jonathan did it, which was super fun. I actually had been to this part of Black once before, and my friend Brian and I don't think tried anything harder than V3. We're only there for like 2 or 3 hours, which is why I don't really count that I've been to that spot. But we did try this climb, and I remember I got scared in the middle, and as you can see, I hang in the middle for a while. But after you figure out where everything is, it's really easy. I just didn't have the guts or the strength or the confidence to do this in the past. And yeah, I'm glad I did it. Super fun climb. Okay, so we're going to this climb called Velvet Revolver. It's probably not my style. I think it's crimps, but it should be fun. On the way, we jumped on, what is this called? Campground Arete? Yeah. Campground Arete. It's probably like V1, V2. Jonathan doesn't think it's a high ball. I think it's a high ball. Not by much, but I mean, it's probably like 20, it's over 20 feet. Not by much. I'm gonna say 22. And I think even if you're hanging from the top and you fall, and you're like me, you're still falling 15 feet from your feet to the ground. That's a lot. Anyway, really fun. Now we're gonna go look at Velvet Revolver again. We've never been, so we're gonna look. Hopefully it's not hard to find. And hopefully that goes as well. And I'm having a beer because I earned it sending the Arete.
Goodbye, YouTube viewers.
So after that, we ran into our friends and we actually went to Tour de France, which I had tried 2 days before, but just didn't want it. And the first thing that I noticed is I saw my friends try the climb with a different starting foot. So I decided to try that because I was having a hard time with the first move. And as soon as I tried it, it felt good. I'm like, great, I can do the first move. And that was the only move I was concerned about. So I tried a few more times, got comfortable with it. Then I went to the top, checked out the top because I see people look really sketchy up there. And after that, I felt ready to give it a good burn. sent the climb. I really didn't expect it, but I sent it and it was pretty chill. It was super fun. I can see why it's a popular climb. Tour de France, super fun. Just really cool features all over that wall. And honestly, I'm just thinking now next about doing the sit. There's a V10 and a V11 sit. I'll start with the 10 and hopefully I can connect it one day. After that, there was one more climb I wanted to try that's right near Tour de France called Captain America. I had also seen this in a video a couple times from 2 different people that I know, and I just wanted to try it. And all the holds are good except this right hand is this tooth that's sharp and small. Because it's sharp, it doesn't matter that it's small, it's easy to hold, but oh man, it's got a thumb crystal. It hurts so bad after every attempt. But anyway, I tried a couple times. The first few were weird, but then finally I got a good burn where it felt just right. And I went for the jug and I missed. I touched the edge of it. And it's not that I couldn't reach it. I thought I was aiming perfectly. I just missed. It was my hand-eye coordination. It was all on me. And I couldn't do that again. So I really want to go back and get that. But oh man. This day was difficult for me, having 2 climbs where I felt if I had performed just 1% better, I would have walked away with another 7 and another 8. And it's hard to accept that, but that's how it is sometimes. But at least the good news is that I should be able to go back and get these in another session. But man, it's been eating me up that I made those 2 tiny mistakes, one on Cracker Boy and a one on Captain America. Okay, so we're looking for this climb called Velvet Revolver. I just found it. It took us probably like half an hour. I need to go find everyone else to tell them where it is. But I wanted to talk about today. I messed up on Cracker Boy by dry firing when I hit the lip. And then on another climb called Captain America, I went for this jug and I just barely didn't hit it right. Not because I didn't have enough momentum or reach. I just didn't reach enough. So I blew a 7 and an 8. I got Tour de France, which was amazing. I didn't expect to get it. The first move was hard for me. 2 days ago, I tried different footholds. All of a sudden, it's very doable. So yeah, that was good. I'm happy with what I can do because I know I can do Captain America. I know I can do Cracker Boy, but I'm bummed that I didn't do them today. And that happens a lot with climbing. It's hard to walk away, especially Cracker Boy was the first yellow we tried. And it was hard to walk away from that one because it was early, I was fresh, but I knew I wanted to climb more. So it's hard to make those calls sometimes. But it's important to remember that you're going to come back if it's a local area, which this is to me. In Captain America, I was degrading. The first 3 attempts, which I should have gotten in those, felt good, and everything else was degrading. And my friends wanted to climb something else. So I guess today's thing that I want to talk about is just when to call it. And it depends on your schedule, what you want to do. If you have an agenda, that's one thing. If you don't, it's another. But it's hard to call it when you know you can do a climb. And that's what today was. That was what today's challenge for me was, more than the climbs, was knowing when to call it. So I'm excited to come back and get Captain America and get Cracker Boy. But it is hard to walk away when I knew I could have gotten it today if I spent more attempts on each one. But I just have to come back next time and maybe we'll get Velvet Revolver. We'll see. Gotta go find everybody. Another important lesson. Communicate with people. If you go and search for the problem, tell them not to move. I ran all the way back to where I saw people. I yelled for 5 minutes, didn't find anybody. So I ran back here to grab my stuff and I found Pablo, found one person. And he's looking for everybody else now. So anyway, last thing we did was go to a climb called Velvet Revolver that our friend wanted to try the whole time. And holy crap, is it hard. Long story short, I was done. I watched them for a long time. I kind of tried it with them, but none of us had success. I came back home, watched some beta. No one was trying it the way we did. Everyone did it entirely different. So that's good to know. It's a little more encouraging because we were getting crushed by it. So at least we know there's a different beta we haven't tried that will hopefully work for us next time we try it. But anyway, this is trip number 2 to Black, and it's been so much fun. Literally 2 days later, I am there again for session 3. And I was there yesterday for session 4, and I'm going there tomorrow for session 5. So hope you guys are enjoying these videos. If you guys are in SoCal, seriously go to Black. I mean, I'm gonna provide you with so many beta videos for the V5 to V8 range, and hopefully maybe V9, V10. But anyway, You can watch the next one and see what else I do. Thanks for watching. I hope you're enjoying it. And again, actually leave in the comments, when do you walk away from a climb? It's hard for me to decide that sometimes. I'm curious, what do you think? When do you walk away from a climb? All right, guys, see you in the next one. Bye.